the strategy to trade would be to see the news in CNBC. So what is the today's news? Today's news is saying the banking crisis will cause the recession as expected by Fed, and a hard landing is what IMF is warning. So few things will happen exactly as what that is portrayed or that is said. One will be a recession because they tried everything in order to move the market up, but the market is not really moving up. The strength is not there. And if you see, the IMF is also joined giving the warning that there is a hard landing. So this is going to happen. But is the banking crisis is going to cross it? This may be what everybody is expecting, and they have their puts lined up on banks right now on long-term puts. That is not going to happen. The banks are not going to cause a recession, nor if you see the industries, what is doing very well. Those are the ones that needs to cause a down movement at this point. The best at this point, as I see it, is the technology trades. The stocks like Nvidia, Tesla, all of them are highly priced, and these need to go back. And what needs to come up is oil-based stocks, Oxy, Dental, ExxonMobil. These are some of the very good stocks at this point. But I wouldn't really go into the oil or um, or, technology stocks or banks at this point. I would rather stick with Uvxy, the VIX, because VIX is in a very a low pricing at this point. There's not much for VIX to go, because if VIX goes under $15, VIX is currently at $19, and so if VIX is going under $15, then it looks like we do not have any volatility, and that is not the situation today. We see what is the price in the market, what is the price of eggs from the last 1 year, and how the inflation is hitting us in our packets, in our saved money. So in spite of whatever that happens in the stock market, the reality is not a great economy. So we are not in a great economy, and there is an artificial pushing down in terms of energy prices in order to show that the inflation is being tamed. That's not true. And so and the housing prices are extremely over priced at this point. So the economy, irrespective of what they show in the data, in the cooked up data that they show, um, may not be accurate, and may be a lagged data, and so they may be correcting it as well. So because of those reasons, we cannot ignore the volatility. There may or may not be a hard landing, or there may not be a recession, but there is not this is not the case where the volatility is near the all-time lows. That's impossible. So because for today's trade, what's happening is a great reversal on a double top on a 4 hourly chart, and I'm expecting the markets to drop further, and it could be much worse and ugly. Like probably it may open up at $400 for SPY, and it might even drop all the way to 385, either by tomorrow end of the day, or it could be much maybe in a couple of days. What are the best trades for you if you want to initiate today? This is 3:34 at on April 12, 2023. I would say go with UVIX. As you can see, the volume is extraordinary in the last minute. That is 32 million coming in, and if you see UVXY, it should have the similar set of volumes on a 4-hour trade. Even though there was a huge volume That was a sell volume, but immediately followed by buy volume. And there's not major changes, even though the huge volume changes happens in terms of the stock price. That means there is something that's coming, and it will be an amazing trade if you go into UVXY today. And these are my top two trades. And if VIX will also do very well, and I'm sure that VIX is showing the same set of um, though you cannot see the volume here. There's a huge resistance at this point in VIX, and I'm expecting VIX to bounce. Let's see VXX. So this is the 1x trade, and you can see the same set of patterns here, and with all the resistances in spite of the huge volume in the sell, the price is almost in the same uh, zone. So that means this is certainly going to go up, and depending on your risk mode, you either choose to go VXX or UVXY or UVIX. This is the trade of the day, and mark my words, enjoy the profits, and subscribe to my channel.